Hello students, welcome to the channel and you are watching the Ultimate English Teacher and Lecturer. Students, in this video I will discuss about the question answers of the story Madam Rides the Bus, Class 10, CBSE, Chapter 9. Question 1. What was Valli's favorite pastime? Answer. Valli's favorite pastime was standing in the front doorway of her house and watching what was happening in the street outside. Question number 2. What was a source of unending joy for Valli? What was her strongest desire? Answer. The sight of the bus that travelled between her village and the nearest town, filled with a new set of passengers. Each time it passed through the street near the house was a source of unending joy for Valli. Her strongest desire was to take a ride on the bus someday. Question number 3. What did Valli find out about the bus journey? How did she find out these details? Answer. Valli found out that the bus journey to the town from her village was 6 miles and took 45 minutes approximately. The fare for a one-way journey cost 30 paise. She listened to the conversations carefully between her neighbors and the people who regularly took the bus trip and asked a few questions to gain some information and small details about the bus journey. Question number 4. What do you think Valli was planning to do? Answer. Valli was planning to travel on the bus and go to the town and return home on the same bus. She heard the onward journey fare was 30 paise that took 45 minutes approximately to reach the town. In this way, she planned that she would stay in her seat and pay another 30 paise for the return trip. This meant that she could take the 1 o'clock afternoon bus, reach the town at 1:45 p.m. and return by home 2:45 p.m. Oral comprehension check. Question 1. Why does the conductor call Valli Madam? Answer. The conductor called Valli Madam because she was behaving like a woman in an audacious and smart manner. She did not accept his help to get into the bus and was very quick in replying to the conductor's question. Amused by her antics and behavior, the conductor teased her by calling her Madam. Question 2. Why does Valli stand up on the seat? What does she see now? Answer. Valli was enchanted by the view of the beautiful scenery outside the bus and was trying hard to look outside, but her view was blocked by the canvas blind that covered the lower part of the window. In order to catch a better glimpse, she stood up on the seat and peered over the blind. She saw a narrow road as the bus was going along the bank of a canal, palm trees, grassland, distant mountains, green fields, and the blue sky. On the other side, there was a deep ditch and many acres of green fields stretched far and wide as much as her eyes could see. What does Valli tell the elderly man when he calls her a child? Answer. When the elderly man in the bus referred to Valli as a child, she instantly replied that there was nobody in the bus who was a child. She further stated that she had paid her fare of 30 paise like other passengers in the bus. Why didn't Valli want to make friends with the elderly woman? Answer. Valli was not interested to make friends with the elderly woman because she looked quite repulsive to her. She had big earlobes with bigger holes and wear ugly earrings. Besides, she was also chewing betel nut and her mouth was also filled with betel juice that was likely to spill all over her lips. Seeing all this, Valli thought that the elderly woman was not sociable enough to be friends with. Oral comprehension check, page 125. How did Valli save up money for her first journey? Was it easy for her? Answer. Valli had saved every stray coin meticulously that came her way. She resisted every temptation from buying peppermint toys, balloons, etc. to save enough money for the bus trip. It had been really difficult for her as she had to control her urges and resisted the temptation to be on the merry-go-round. In the village fair, after making a lot of sacrifices, she was able to save 60 paise for her first bus journey. What did Valli see on her way that made her laugh? Answer: Valli was overjoyed upon seeing a young cow, tall high in the air, running very fast right in the middle of the road, just in front of the bus. The driver sounded his horn loudly again and again so that the cow moves away from the path. But the more he honked, the cow became more frightened and galloped as fast as possible. Seeing all this, it appeared very funny to Valli and she laughed out loud until tears rolled down her eyes. Why didn't she get off of the bus at the bus station? Answer: Valli's plan was only to take the bus ride and not roam around the town. She had painstakingly accumulated 60 paise for her onward and the return bus journey. She knew that she had limited money to travel by bus and would spend 30 paise fare on her onward journey, go to the town and then return by the same bus before her mother woke up from the afternoon nap. She neither had the money to roam around the town nor had she time to explore it, so she did not get off the bus at the bus station. Why didn't Valli want to go to the stall and have a drink? What does this tell you about her? Valli did not want to go to the stall as she had saved 60 paise only for the bus journey. She did not want to waste money on anything unnecessary as she had to return by the same bus at any cost. So when the conductor suggested her to get down and get a drink for herself, she refused. He also offered to get her a drink in case she doesn't have money, but she still refused. This implies that she was an independent girl who did not want to rely on anyone for her needs. Thinking about the text, page 127. Question 1. What was Valli's deepest desire? Find the words and phrases in the story that tell you this. Valli's deepest desire was to take a ride on the bus that she saw every day from her house, and the words and the phrases in the story that depicts his desires are an overwhelming desire, source of unending joy, stare wistfully and kindle in her longings, dreams and hopes. How did Valli plan her bus ride? What did she find out about the bus and how did she save up the fare? Valli had been carefully listening since many days to the conversation between her neighbors and the people who regularly use the bus and asked a few discreet questions. She learned from them that the town was 6 miles away from her village and the bus charged 30 paise as fare for the onward journey and it took 45 minutes to complete one-way bus trip. She also made up her mind to stay in the bus and return in the same bus that would cost her 60 paise to and fro. She was determined not to get down from the bus to roam around the town as she did not have enough money. Hence, she saved 60 paise meticulously and resisted all kinds of urges and temptation to buy peppermints, toys, etc., and even a ride on the merry-go-round at the village annual fair. It was Valli's secret adventurous bus trip that she had planned without her parents' knowledge. Don't forget to subscribe the channel. Thank you for watching.